This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Bobby, I didn't think I'd ever need to tell you this, but I would be a bad parent if I didn't. Soccer was invented by European ladies to keep them busy while their husbands did the cooking.
Fine. If you're a superhero, what were you in prison for?
Integrity. I made a vow to have peace, no matter how many people I have to kill to get it.
You know, it's funny.
What?
You're a wiener!
I'm about to bang your ass, and you're asking me for help?
Bang my ass?
Yeah, bang your ass!
Okay. You mean, okay. I've never heard it said that way.
What, bang?
You mean beat me up?
You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You're listening to Comic Can Coozie, your weekly podcast for all your geeky garbage, kitschy comedy, and nerdy news. I'm Cole.
I'm Adam.
I'm Taylor. Cole's just coming in hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just keep talking, man. You keep going.
I don't have much to say. I watched City Slickers again this past week.
First one?
And then I sent, the first one. I sent Taylor a threatening message.
I saw the second one.
I know, of course, the second one this week.
I told Taylor if he didn't watch it within 2 weeks, I would fucking murder him.
Oh.
And he hasn't.
Oh, no.
So, well, you still have 1 week left.
Yeah, I know. I got 2 weeks. And you said it's on Netflix?
Yeah. I believe it was Netflix. Maybe it was Hulu.
I always get those two. I know they're not the same, but I always get those two confused with Blazing Saddles.
You get City Slickers confused with Blazing Saddles.
That's a hard leap, dude.
Yeah.
I know it is, but I don't know why. Like, I think in my mind of minds, Mel Brooks and Billy Crystal are the same person.
Oh.
Why? Because they're Jewish?
I had no idea.
Oh my God, Taylor.
Are they?
You're canceled now.
Brooks, I think I could see. Crystal's a bit of a stretch. There's no way that's his given name. But anyway, I always get those two confused. There's no reason for me to, but I do.
Okay.
And then there's that other one, the Three Amigos. That one gets thrown into the mix as well.
No, it doesn't at all.
Yes, it does.
None of these are in a mix.
I mean, the same genre?
No.
Yes, they are. They're all comedies.
Oh, okay.
They're comedy westerns, I
yeah,
guess.
Exactly.
Sort of.
There we go.
But they're all completely different.
And I know they are, but like those three movies, to me, in my mind,
they're all amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever watched the first City Slickers?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
You should really watch because that one's on like Netflix or something easy to access. You should watch the first City Slickers, and then when you're able to watch the second one,
watch it.
That is probably one of my top 3 sequels of all time. Like where the sequel is better than the original.
Curly's Little Curlies.
Oh.
The original is amazing, and the sequel is possibly better. Is better.
Yeah.
And
he
then
has a cow.
Maybe I'll just watch the second one.
No, you should really. Actually, the second one I think is only on Epix right now. And who the fuck has Epix or Epic?
Is that
Is that same as Stars?
That's not a freebie one, is it?
I don't believe it is.
Is that that's like a pay for movie channel?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and then the other one would be Grumpier Old Men. Would be a sequel that was probably better than the original.
No. Cocoon was way better than Cocoon 2. Which you
was there a Cocoon 2?
Yeah, there is a Cocoon 2. It's not as good.
For me, the sequel that outshines the original would have to be Back to the Future 2.
Does it count if they're a trilogy?
I think so.
Okay, does the MCU count? Because are those sequels or are those just long?
I think it's a continuation of the story.
I don't believe that those are sequels. I think that's just the next episode in a really long TV show that happens to be shown in movies.
And it's to me, it's a lot like that TV show Deanne's been watching. I remember we talked about this many, many, many years ago on the podcast about that Supernatural show. You know?
Oh, yeah,
and they said that we don't ever see this show ending, and I got so angry at that. I mean, to me that's a sign of a good show is you can go out, with in a blaze of glory. But they said they will never, if they don't want to, they'll never end the show. But I don't know.
Did they end it?
I
I believe so.
But I think wait, because I think they're bringing it back though.
Okay.
If I'm thinking, I think I'm thinking correctly. I think I'm thinking.
But I kind of.
You think you're thinking?
I think I'm thinking.
All right.
While looking at Cole.
But I think that's definitely one of those shows that I would not. Or sorry, the Marvel Universe. It's gotten to the point for me. It's gone on long enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, now that Disney has it, I mean, they're just going to run that shit into the ground. I know.
But that's what I'm saying is like Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Is that really a sequel to the first Captain America? No, it's just a part of a story in this long series, which just it's not a sequel to the first Captain America: The First Avenger. Is that what it was called?
Yeah,
it's just a continuation in this series that just won't quit.
It's actually technically these are all sequels to the Incredible Hulk. Because that was Iron Man. Sorry, Iron Man, the first Iron Man. These are just sequels to the first Iron Man.
No, the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk came out first.
Did it?
Yeah. Because remember, at the end of Iron Man, they had that general from.
That's right. Okay, so it is. It is the first. No, I thought Iron Man was first. Mm-mm. Well, there we go.
It's the first one that they really recognized, but
wait. What was that? What was that? The one that everybody loves. The Hulk.
Raymond.
No, the Hulk. Or what was that one called?
Ang Lee's the Hulk.
Ang Lee's the Hulk. Yep.
All right.
That's the first.
That's not part of the MCU
I know it's
at all.
Not, but it should be. They should somehow make that into canon.
All right.
And they have to retcon everything and bring back who played him? Who played Hulk in that movie?
I don't know.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
I haven't actually seen it.
Neither have I, but I heard it's fun.
Lee's the Hulk.
Your thoughts, Adam? I'm sure you have seen this a few years ago.
Hulk 2003 or whatever. I don't know. Elijah's just seen it and didn't. Lately, he said, it's okay for what it was, but at the time, he talked a lot of garbage.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let me see who played the Hulk.
I can see his face.
Is it just called the Hulk?
Mm-hmm.
Hulk. Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. That's right.
Okay. I know I've seen the movie.
But the thing that I remember from the movie was the comic strips. They wanted to integrate comic books with this movie, so these comic strips would come, like that's how they would transition scenes. Is like it would zoom out of a comic book strip or a comic and then zoom back in. I thought it was kind of fun.
The only thing I remember from that time is that it had a really cool video game, like for Xbox. Maybe Xbox 360 or something.
No, it would have had to been earlier. I bet you it's for the original Xbox.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah, it was a really cool video game, and it felt like a Spider-Man game, but without swinging. It had like kind of that...
Oh, you could throw
open
cars
world,
and,
Yeah, it had that world that you could explore all over the place.
Cool.
And I remember that video game being a lot of fun. So...
Well, there you have it. Yep. They should bring back the Eric Bana as the Hulk. No, sure. I've been... For some reason, I'm on TikTok a lot.
Yeah, you are.
And for whatever reason, I hate Disney in a lot of ways.
Disney, just in general.
Just in general, I do. I mean, there's some good that have come from them, and there's things that are obviously from my childhood. But like, you were within the last couple of years, you were at Disney World, right?
Yep.
And your thoughts on that? I'd like to hear it again because I just see a lot of these people going there, and to me, it just doesn't seem like a good time.
From what I remember, Adam said he had a good time, but like his wife and kid kind of seemed to be the bummers.
It would be me going with my sister, and that would probably be ideal.
Okay.
But
so like my thought is the thing that pisses me off. And the reason I bring up this is I saw this TikTok of the Incredible Hulk. So they're doing all these crazy things with the Marvel parks or the Marvel part of the parks where they have this little Spider-Man show. They have this animatronic Spider-Man. Maybe you remember seeing this.
Oh, I
and
saw.
he does the swinging thing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you've probably seen that. Well, now
You showed it to me. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
sure.
pretty impressive.
It is
actually.
cool.
It's
It is cool. But now they've come out with this Hulk. Okay, and it's this guy in a costume, obviously, and it's Hulk dressed in the suit, the shrinking
Hulk
suit.
Oh, I was gonna say the Hulk Buster.
No, that'd be cool. But I don't know. It just looks super awkward, and this is the thing that's pissing me off. It's like, do these people line up for this thing? Like, just for a chance to see this character? Is there a photo op? Are you allowed to take pictures with the cast? I don't know. It just seems like...
I think people do rush to the parks when they first come out with something.
Okay.
But I mean, Disney, unless you live close there, because you can get a season pass to the Disney parks.
I think, if you lived in the vicinity, an hour away, fuck yeah, that would probably be worth it.
But I think, like, sometimes Disney is like, if you go, that's might be the only time you'll ever go.
Probably,
So
right?
I think the high expectation bar is just
sure.
People,
there's this. I forget what it's called, and it's this thing where people have this thought of it's Paris, France.
Sure.
And I forget what the phenomenon is called, but these people, they've always wanted to go to Paris. They see it in the movies, blah blah blah, and they get there, and Paris is a fucking shithole. They're crying like
just a huge city.
It's
whatever.
But it's also hugely disappointing because they've had this idea of what it is in their head, and when they finally get there, I wonder if that's the case with a lot of people that go to Disney.
Well, maybe if you had let him finish his thought, you could have figured out if that's how he felt.
Well, I think Disney, the idea of being like, hey, there's all these rides, there's all these cool shows, characters that you love from the movies are walking around, and yes, you can get photos with them, but when you get there, it's just crowds, and that's what you have to do. It's just lines. You want to be able to, like, hey, I'm gonna hop on this one.
Nope.
You can hop on it in an hour and 45 minutes. So then you try to go to another one. You can hop on this one in half an hour. It's less popular.
I kind of agree with Adam. I've been to the one in Florida. Is that Disney World?
Disney World is the
Florida I've been there once when I was 7, I think. No, I was 11.
Yeah.
And I went with my family and these relatives we had in Texas, and it was in February, I believe. No. It was at the end of the NBA season because
June,
the Houston Rockets were playing the Orlando Magic in the finals. I remember that vividly because Orlando is right near Disney, and
yes, it is.
I was very young, and it didn't seem that crowded, but at the same time, I was small. And standing in line, and I look back, we were standing in line for like 45 minutes for some rides. And my parents would be like, well, do you want to do this or go stand in a different line and come back later and see if it was shorter? And as a kid, I didn't get the hint that I was supposed to say, let's go to the other one.
Yeah.
And then come back later.
Well,
this is great.
The beauty of Disney, though, is you get in these lines, and at least once you're in the building where the ride is,
there's entertainment for you.
The queue is cool. They have, like, if it's for a movie, it's cool, yes, in regards to temperature, but there's like the decorations and whatever that they put into it.
Yeah, if it's a Star Wars themed ride, there's Star Wars themed shit to look at.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff to look at. Like for the Avatar ride, you could see like the lab and like see the big tank with the giant
this was
Avatar.
Disney?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had Avatar.
Well, they bought everything, so
yeah,
anything that they don't have, Universal Studios has,
Yeah, they let you, the Avatar ride, you could ride on the back of one of those winged creatures. It was a 3D ride, and he mounted it like a
horse.
Like a motorcycle, basically, and a thing came onto your back to hold you in place, and you held on, and it was like these dips, and they pump scents into the air of like water and do different cool mists and wind, and you've actually, with the glasses on, you feel like
You're there.
You feel like you're actually riding on the back of
Man,
one of these.
I want to go to the
things.
one where I think it probably wouldn't be a Disney property for this one, but the Jackass ride, and like you smell Steve-O's ball sack.
It's just diarrhea.
The 3D ride, Jackass, the 3D ride.
Oh man, that would be terrible.
Preston Lacey hits you in the face with sweat.
Yeah, you just get hurt. That's it. Like, they shoot cannonballs at you.
I think we should just open up a ride like that.
Oh, a bullhorn goes up your butt.
To Taylor's or to Adam's point about standing in the lines and stuff, that's a big reason. Like almost every March, I think it's every March, Elijah gets a hold of me and says, "Hey, I'm gonna try to get tickets for Comic Con. Do you want me to put in for you too?" And I always say, "Yeah, but I'm not so excited. I don't care if I go or not, because that's a lot of what Comic Con is standing in a fucking line, waiting for the cool shit."
Yeah.
And you know what? From what I've understood about a lot of these places,
Sure.
a lot of like, no matter where you kind of go for a convention or like a theme park or a place like Orlando, like the stuff outside of the theme park is oftentimes
Better.
a lot cooler.
That's the way Comic Con was the stuff outside of the con, like within the a half mile of the convention center. There's a lot of Comic Con themed shit going on that's really fun.
Well, and then
we go.
it's just the city itself.
Yeah, San Diego's a
there's-
very nice time. As far as food and shit, the Gaslamp District, you can eat any kind of food you can imagine and stuff. And I don't know. I didn't get to explore San Francisco that much because we were there for a few
San Francisco,
San Diego.
Oh,
San Diego. We didn't get to explore it that much, but because we were there for the 4 days for the Comic Con, and then we had a friend come and pick us up and take us to Laguna Beach, which was a lot of fun because you got to hang out on the beach and do all of that stuff, and then at night you go bar hopping from one place to the next, and it was a lot of cool stuff there.
My favorite fish taco was in San Diego.
Okay.
It was like just this cheap ass $1 fish taco, but I remember it still, and I'm pretty sure all they did was put like fish sticks in there with some pico de gallo or something. It was awesome.
I had a super good lobster taco at a place in Laguna Beach. That was possibly my favorite taco I've ever had.
Yeah. San Diego.
Speaking of tacos,
Oh, yes.
I have changed my tune on Taco Bell at this North location.
Okay.
Oh, what, you like it now?
Holy shit! Let me tell you what. I went through that line, and that was about
You were drive-through?
Yeah, the friendliest goddamn drive-through experience I've ever had.
And you got food.
And I got
Because
got
my
food.
Taco Bell experience is the North one used to be the go-to one.
Right.
And then I just couldn't get any, like, I assume, just like most places, is that they're just low on staff. It seemed like
But
there's
it's been
always
now.
one
They've
person
been
working.
they've been shit for years.
Yeah, well, the one quality Taco Bell was the one by Sam's Club.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, there's an adult who works here, an actual responsible adult, and I'm like, things come out the way they should.
Damn,
but I
dude.
think that might have changed now.
Yeah,
too.
I'll say, I don't know if like Chick-fil-A got their ass in there or something, but they are like, it's nice to serve you today.
Yeah, they got
I'm like,
an adult
holy
working.
shit.
That's what it is.
Like, what is going on here? I'm like, this is awesome. So I was super impressed with it, and sounds like Deanne's remodeling,
Yeah.
but it's not picking up on the mic. We're good.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was really impressed.
I still like Taco Bell. There was a question put out, I think, by Taco Bell, and they're like, "What is one of your menu favorites that you would like brought back?" And I'm like, I don't really care about anything on the menu because it all tastes generally the same.
Right.
Some
It's like a
some
Subway
have
sandwich.
crunchies in them, some don't. Basically the same, like a texture difference, but
Sure.
the flavor is the same.
Sure.
What I want them to bring back is a sauce, their volcano sauce.
Oh, volcano.
That was delicious. I
like the Baja sauce. Remember Baja?
Yeah,
they had all sorts of chalupas.
The
you could
chalupa,
choose.
yes,
So
yes.
But I would always go for the Baja chalupa.
Yeah,
that was my go-to.
I bought a bottle of the Baja sauce at like Walmart. You can they sell like the Taco Bell
hot sauces
and
Yep.
whatever.
Did it hit the
And
same?
No, it's terrible.
Their green sauce that you can buy. Here's the thing: is both the red and the green sauce that you get in the store, the Taco Bell taco sauces.
Are you talking the packets?
No, well, I mean it's the same sauce, but it's in a bottle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get it at Walmart or you can get it at Cashwise or Dan's. They're good, but they're super expensive. There's not a lot of it, and it's not any better than like Ortega or like a different.
Yeah.
You could get a generic, the Great Value bottle of what Ortega is supposed to be.
Yeah.
At Walmart, and it tastes just as good or better than the Taco Bell stuff.
So I think like the Baja sauce was like most like bottled things. I don't know if it's what they use for preservatives or whatever.
Definitely.
It was high in probably like
Sugar.
corn syrup or
corn
something
syrup.
like that. And it
Soybean oil.
just it was, and that flavor came out way too much, and so I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Fuck them.
No.
My gripe with the with Taco Bell in general is, first of all, what are they doing with the Doritos Locos Taco?
Okay.
In my opinion, you're kind of blowing it.
Yeah.
Because, and maybe it's not structurally sound, but what would be so hard about taking an actual Dorito,
Okay.
an actual chip, the Dorito chip,
Yes.
instead of cutting it into a triangle, shaping it into a taco shell?
You mean like the Dorito Frito-Lay or whatever?
Yeah.
To do that themselves.
Like, what would be so hard about that? I don't want a shitty fucking nacho or a shitty corn tortilla, hard shell corn tortilla, just powdered in the dust. What I want is the actual
An actual taco
Dorito.
shell made out of Dorito.
Sure.
Yes. Why not?
I wouldn't, because I
Why
mean,
can't we?
they're tortilla chips, right?
Right.
So wouldn't you just be able to leave it as a full
circle?
tortilla in a
Yes.
circle and shape it?
What
Sure.
are they doing with their lives? What are they doing? They're
I don't know.
blowing it.
You
man.
know what would be cool?
They're not
is
listening to us. That's what I'm thinking.
If they made just a shell of cheese.
Okay.
That's a popular thing for people on keto. You can just put a pile of cheese on a pan,
bake it,
and it comes
Gets
out
crispy.
like a nice crispy taco shell.
I don't think Taco Bell has cheese.
What are you talking about?
They don't have anything that's real cheese.
They have cheese
Oh.
product.
They have cheese product.
It's
No, last time, so with this experience, I ordered their grilled cheese burrito.
yeah, okay.
Okay, not realizing what this thing was.
Just a grease ball is what it is.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I've had it many times.
I honestly thought when you said that, I honestly in my head thought it was 2 pieces of toast with grilled cheese on it and a burrito in the middle.
That would be awful. No, they take a burrito and they just dump a shitload of cheese on the outside of it and then grill it. So it's just this oily, greasy, cheesy mess. And here I picked up. I was like, why did it come with this paper on the inside? And I pull it out, I grab it, I'm like, oh fuck, that's why. So my hand is just grease, man.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, this is my life now.
But it was delicious, though, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was good, but
you don't need the cheese on that like that. But
you don't
whatever.
need it. No.
No. Yeah.
You don't need any of that, really.
Not really.
None of it.
Although I just said I wanted a
Although
cheese
I am
tortilla.
looking forward. Wait, were the fast food wars supposed to have already happened?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You're according to
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. What year was that supposed to be set in? I think it's past.
All right. No offense to anybody here. No offense to veterans and no offense to fat guys. But we went to Burger King in Mandan once, right? And this guy, he was at the counter and he was wearing a button that said "I'm a veteran."
An employee
An
or
employee.
Okay.
Yep. And he was like super fat and like I don't know. He didn't look old enough to be a combat veteran. I don't know. But my brother was like, "What the hell kind of what veteran was he?
What
part
war
of,
or
what was he?" I said, "He's part of the fast food wars of '99, man. Everybody knows that."
Yeah.
So, good for him.
Sure.
But
Taco Bell on their their Taco Bell wiki.
Okay.
There's a wiki.
It mentions the franchise wars, but it doesn't say when they were supposed to take place.
See, I would have assumed that it would have been a civil war, like if we're going to go back, because Taco Bell, I still believe, is owned by Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut are still owned by Yum Foods, if I'm not mistaken. They're still under that same umbrella.
I think so, and I think that umbrella is also covered by, as a larger umbrella, Coca-Cola.
No.
Okay.
At one point,
I think they only serve Mountain Dew or Pepsi, but I think Pepsi
at one point,
secretly owned by Coca-Cola as well.
Oh, that would be cool.
They had that battle anyway too.
Wouldn't that be fucking cool if like they just came out and we're about to be nuked or whatever the case is, and then Coke comes out like, hey, we own it all, man.
Yeah, it's been us the whole
Disney.
time. Yeah.
We own fucking Walmart. We own all the fast food chains. We own it all.
It would be even funnier if it was a company you didn't expect. Like it was like RC Cola. Like we've been operating from the shadows.
That'd be cool.
We're the shadow government.
That I would be all right, man, if it just came out. But my only request or my only thing for that would be I would want something in return. Like
what do you mean?
As a citizen under the regime of Coca-Cola or RC Cola or whoever it is, I would expect like a ration, if you will, of their product.
Well, yes.
You get
because it turned into like a communist thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone gets their ration of Coke, the same amount, every single person,
and it's like
gets the same amount of cola.
I mean, how much? I drink a lot of soda. Unfortunately, it's not sugar soda, but I drink a lot of Diet Coke.
Okay.
So I would need for my ration. I'm just telling you what I would need.
Gallons.
How
many?
I probably drank 420 ounces a day.
Okay.
For real?
That's not very much.
Oh my God, Taylor.
Jeez, that's not.
I don't know. I said maybe 3. Let's see, 4. 2.
No,
4.
what is? Are you averaging?
How much water do you drink a day?
Probably about the same amount.
Shut the fuck up. No, you can roast me. Go ahead.
Okay. Ask him the question you asked me about Street Fighter last week.
All right. What did I say? What was the question?
First of all, it's kind of a two-part question. We were talking about Street Fighter.
Okay.
Yes.
So he asked me who my favorite characters were. Then he goes, who do you think my favorite character is?
Based on what you know about me.
And then I'm just kind of quiet. He goes, just like, who do you think my favorite character is? Just based on what you know about me and my personality.
And who would you say?
Zangief.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, Cole said E Honda.
Okay.
Fuck you. No, actually it was Blanca. But
okay. I kind of, what was it, Ryu?
Yeah.
See it in the white?
Yeah.
And Ken was the red?
Yeah.
Those, just the standard white guys are cool with me, too.
What?
Yeah.
Ryu's not a white guy.
In the
He's
sure
Asian.
looks. Ken is the white guy.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm saying Ken.
He's the boss in the movie. They were both white guys in the movie.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
Oh, weren't they?
No.
No. But,
dude.
That was Jean-Claude Van Damme in there, right?
Yeah, he was Colonel Guile.
That's right. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that casting was perfect. They had the perfect cast. The only problem
Rawls?
was
Yeah, they had the perfect cast. They had a guy from Belgium play the American soldier. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was acting, Cole.
He wasn't acting very well.
You know what? You're like those people that want to cancel Bryan Cranston for playing a guy in a wheelchair. Like, you should have cast a real guy in a wheelchair.
No, it's not. At least Bryan Cranston could sit his ass down. Fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme can't even put on like a non-accent.
What if his wheelchair
Yeah.
was just him doing the splits?
That would be the Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes. Yeah. He can't sit in a wheelchair normally. He has to sit with his legs spread and stick it out the sides.
Getting through doorways would be very difficult.
Would be.
Unless he had wheels that kind of turn this
Well,
way.
maybe his wheelchair operates sideways.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It has a
Damn.
nice rotation feature.
Damn. Going back to Marvel, I decided to maybe. Well, Josh is more of a gamer than all of us, I think.
Yeah.
Our friend Josh. Did he talk about that Marvel game at all? Did he play that one? I don't even know what it's called.
You're talking about like the newer Marvel
No,
game?
but he played the one that's like Super Smash Bros. That Warner Brothers put out. He was talking about that for a little bit.
Okay. No, it would be the. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
It'd be kind of the newer one. To me, if it plays a lot like. Did you ever play Ultimate Alliance?
I don't know. Is that one of those games that made me play for a little bit, and you're like, "Oh, this will be fun," and it wasn't.
It might be.
Wait, is
but
that the one where you could switch what character you were playing?
Yeah.
In there, like you'd walk as a group, kind of, but then you could be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I
we
need to
played
use
that
this
game.
we
person.
played the third one, but this one here is set up a lot like the stuff that you like, that open world thing, where you can kind of go around and do whatever you want, and then your buddies can join in and play as part of your team or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But I played through the first couple of levels. I'm like, wow, this is pretty goddamn cool.
All right.
Kind of liking it, kind of digging it. I was playing as the Incredible Iron Man.
Okay.
Is he the Incredible or is he the Amazing?
I don't know what he is.
The joyous, the joyous Iron Man.
Okay. Heavy.
The
Yeah,
alcoholic Iron Man.
that's the one. But it's cool because once you power up, you can. Once you power up enough, you can form the Hulkbuster suit around you. You can walk around in the Hulkbuster suit, busting Hulks. And
Wow.
stuff. It's pretty cool.
I had played the Iron Man game on the DS,
Oh,
and I all I remember is flying around.
and
It was an experience. Felt like I was there.
yeah. So this week, Cole, I purchased
No.
a PlayStation 3
Okay.
on eBay, and they said we
Congratulations.
don't know shit about this thing.
Which is a lie.
Well, they said they said it's untested. I'm like, what the fuck do you? How do you? I understand, and maybe some.
Okay,
people,
wait.
If it has
sorry.
The Invincible Iron Man.
He's the Invincible, I
And
knew he was-
also the Armored Avenger are
That's
his
not
two
true.
biggest
He's not
ones.
invincible. Continue.
Okay, sorry. So
Yeah.
they don't know shit about this. And
Anytime someone lists untested
Yeah.
and it has like a power cord, I'm like, you're full of shit.
So-
you plugged it in and you know there's a flaw.
So my question is, other than if you're an eBay reseller and you are just dealing with a massive quantity of shit and you don't have time to do it, I guess. But I mean, I don't understand why it would have been so hard just to power it up, pop in an HDMI cable, and see what's going on with this thing.
Yeah.
Because it said in the listing that it powered on.
So
I'm
they
like,
did test it.
They tested it that far. They didn't check.
they
to
didn't
see
check to see if the HDMI once they hooked it up.
if like a faulty hard drive or
Sure,
something like
sure.
that.
As long as you see, at least as long with that, as
Oh,
long as you
fuck,
see
sorry.
a
Kick
green
yourself.
light come on,
Yeah.
then you should be semi okay. You're
Yeah,
partway
so-
there.
So yeah, I only spent after shipping and everything, it was like $45, and I think these things sell for like $130 online.
Yeah.
So I did have one in the past, but then I was looking into it. You can actually jailbreak these things and put your own homebrew software on them and
Yeah.
do all sorts of fun stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm going to do with this thing.
So you haven't gotten it yet.
It's here, yeah.
Oh, have you tried it out?
Yeah, I plugged it in, turned it on, everything works.
So I've been going to thrift stores over the past few days, getting shit together for my Halloween costume for your party.
Yeah.
And I was standing in line. I found these things that I'm like, I can use that, and I'm standing in line, and I look over and I see controllers for an Xbox 360.
Okay.
And
Should have got them.
I was thinking I should get these, but then also I was like, okay, the amount of times that Elijah and I have gone and gotten used controllers from a place like not GameStop, what's
Mark 30?
Rock 30, which is a used gaming place in town here.
Yeah.
And there's always there's either a huge problem with them or a slight problem, like the those little toggle switches, or what do you call them? The
thumbsticks?
The thumbsticks. The one of them, and it's normally the left one, will always make your character drift to the right or the left. And so I'm like, okay, this is not a gaming place. This is a thrift store. They haven't even been able to test these. They don't even know if they work at all. But if they do, it's probably going to drift so bad to the right or the left.
Hey, this is what you tell them. Like, if you tested these, they say nope. Give you $5 for them.
I don't even know how much they were. They didn't even have a price tag on them.
Oh, a nickel?
A nickel.
All right, I'll give you a nickel for them. That's what you tell them.
I haven't been playing my PlayStation because every controller I have has that issue.
The drift problem.
And it's annoying the hell out of me.
Did you hit him at the thrift store?
No, it's just from, I think, during Uncharted times was when I just rocked the heck out of all of them. And now, like, when I try to play Spider-Man, I'm like, why do I suck so much? I'm trying to go forward, and it keeps going to the left.
I'm drunk.
You know, I don't have a problem so much with my PlayStation controllers because I don't play that many games on them. I was playing a lot of Uncharted with you guys.
Yeah.
I actually got to rank 50 or level 50 or whatever, and I can't rank up any higher. So I'm pretty much done with that game. But that's about the only one that I was really playing. I played the Spider-Man. Who has my Spider-Man 4? You do? Okay, I'm going to want that back soon.
It's gone. Yeah.
I'm going to want that back soon because I don't have anything else to play.
You got it.
But the one game that I played a lot of, and I don't play it so much anymore because Elijah and I haven't been playing video games for about a year and a half, but we would always play on the 360. We would play Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And the amount of controllers that we bought brand new from Walmart, like not the official Xbox ones,
your problem,
but the ones that are transparent, and then they will light up,
fucking
afterglow.
And,
with the glow.
Awesome.
You know how many times we broke the directional pads on those?
Good God!
You would just be pressing them. You'd be playing. And you just snap that fucking plastic piece right in half.
Because when Cole, if you've ever watched Cole play video games, it's like he's into it, man.
Oh, Elijah does it too, though. I mean, we'll just snap that directional pad just right in. I remember I snapped it in half one time.
You do realize not the harder
and I was
push.
more pissed than normal. And Elijah's like, "Oh man, you broke your controller." I was like, "Fuck the controller." I cut my thumb open because I snapped that thing so hard that the fucking plastic went up into my thumb.
Jesus,
you know what controller I never had an issue with? Classic NES.
Nope.
I played for hours
and
hours and hours. I'll bet I could go to a thrift store and find one, and I'll bet it still works.
For sure.
Just like new.
I'll bet you're right. It's just the actual system.
Yeah.
You know, you put the game in. And
well, you got to blow on it a little
Well,
bit.
yeah, it's like they didn't put the thought into the system as the controller. They're like, there are going to be some grubby fucking loser kids playing this. We need to beef it up.
Here's the thing that always pisses me off, too, is every time you talk about blowing in them, some jackass will be like, well, that's not actually why it's not working. It's because those little pins aren't connecting right. It's like, you know what? Shut up, because I blow into it and then those pins connect.
And it works.
Yeah, it worked.
There's something. I think there's something with the little condensation.
The heat from your breath is what made it. What made the pins connect.
That's what I had to do to get my uncle back to work.
You had to blow on them.
Yep.
Did you guys blow vertically and horizontally?
I blew into the console and into the cartridge.
But on the cartridge, I would do up, down, and then left, right.
And then A, B, select, start.
So, yeah.
Contra codes, baby.
Oh, because you were making the sign of the cross when you're blowing it?
No,
just like a priest. Just
maybe
like a
that's
priest.
why it worked.
There it was. For sure. Want to take a break?
Yeah, I got to piss.
All right. Chickadee check. Well, you know what they say, Cole. That wasn't much of a break, was it?
Are we recording?
Start it over.
You
Let's
started
try that
with
joke
chickadee check.
again.
I'm gonna tell the same joke I did when it didn't work.
Yeah, so I took my piss, and then me and Taylor had to move something for Deanne downstairs.
Yep.
What is that thing?
So it's kind of a funny story. Our friend Laura, we all know Laura.
Yes.
Yeah, so we do. Deanne mentioned to me online, or Deanne mentioned to me that Laura was selling this thing on Facebook Marketplace. And she said, Laura, this Laura Shelton, right? I said, oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know her real well, but, friends of friends of friends of friends. And she said, oh, shit, it's already sold. I said, message her and say who you are. And see if she'll...
See if that has some
You
pull.
use the do you know how I am card?
Do you know who my husband is? So she did, and she rescinded the offer on the original Facebook Marketplace, and sold it to Deanne instead. Okay. So I've got a little pull.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
No one cares about your pud, buddy.
yeah, well, you can pull that if you want to. But anyway, so that's what we did.
Okay.
We got it from Laura, and I don't know what it is. It's a secretary's desk, I guess, because back in the 1900s, secretaries sucked, and they made them work at these tiny little desks or something.
I think it's just called a secretary desk. It's more for to go in a hallway somewhere so you can easily flip the thing down and have a little writing table or whatever.
Okay.
That's all it is.
That's where I'm going to conduct my business, my eBay business now.
Sure.
Just on my little secretary desk.
You're done doing it on the toilet?
No, never.
That's your preferable place.
Because I have an alarm set for those hat drops, and bring, bring. If I'm at work, I'm like, gotta go.
Do these
middle of customers or whatever?
Gurin, is that the brand?
Gorin, yeah.
Gurin hats
Yeah.
drop at the same time every week,
Every Friday. Yep.
and people keep buying them.
For whatever reason. I mean, like I said, some of them are kind of cool.
Are you ever gonna buy one and wear it?
No, because they don't fit my fat head.
And they're not that cool.
What do you tell that to a woman?
They're just hats that have like a
Little
chicken
funny-
on it and say cock or something, right?
Yeah,
That's it, right? I mean, that's all.
no,
they
the-
have
the-
an animal on
the
it
one
and
that
says,
the thing that got me started on this whole thing was I found one at Ugly Box
yeah.
for $5. I sold it for like $20. I'm like, oh shit! I wonder if they have any other ones. But this one that I sold from Ugly Box it said cash on it.
And
had
what
a
was
picture-
the animal on
a
there?
cow?
I get it.
Yeah. So anyway, people buy them. They like them.
Whatever. That's
My favorites though are the accidental bids. Like they finish off the bid. I didn't mean to bid that much. Fuck you.
Are you talking about stuff you've sold?
I have. Yeah,
I haven't had
'cause-
anyone say,
Fuck
"Oops, I
asses.
accidentally bid too much."
Fuck those
That
guys.
just
Yeah,
hasn't
fuck them.
happened.
So Cole, what do you guys say about this sporting event that you
Okay,
love?
so I know Adam normally checks out when we talk about sports, but I think this is a story he'll be interested in, and I'd like you to actually tell it because you kind of know this story better.
I don't. So there was a protester on the field.
What
Was he actually a
sport?
protester?
That's what I had heard. It was a
Football.
Football.
It was
okay.
what was it? The California teams?
San Francisco and I think the Chargers or the Rams.
One of those two,
Yeah. So this guy was running on the field with smoke bombs, which was pretty fucking cool.
like a
Okay.
pink smoke bomb or something.
And he got fucking laid out by one of the pro players.
Oh, you
Okay,
got
so from what I
Who's that?
understand, is he was running around on the field and security couldn't get him, and all the players were like standing on the sidelines not doing nothing. This one security guard looked like he blew out his knee or something,
Ooh.
like chasing him.
chasing him?
Hate
Okay.
to see it.
A big dude, kind of overweight, trying to chase down this guy and like blew out his knee.
Yeah.
And then guy gets tackled by a professional football player from not San Francisco, the other LA team.
Okay.
Or one of the
think
LA
it was-
teams.
yeah.
The Chargers or the Rams, whatever. And now he's trying to sue them
Oh.
because he got tackled and they weren't security.
Can't. What's the legality of you just going on to the field like that?
Well,
though,
it's
too?
trespassing. So
It's
here's what's
trespassing
probably
in a lifetime ban of that stadium.
and what's probably going to happen is he's going to try to sue them. They're going to press charges, and then the whole thing will get dropped
Sure. Okay.
because he's trying to sue them for being like, oh, well, I was illegally tackled by someone who wasn't security, and I got hurt, and they're just going to be like, well, you were illegally where you weren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
it's
I get-
trespassing, and I think it's like maybe a terror charge or something, or like inciting, an inciting charge or something, like
Really?
yeah, trying to incite violence. Or
I'm sure they could
because
just keep
because
tacking on
because
clever
he's coming out with
charges
this.
until he
He's
drops
coming out
it.
with this smoke bomb, which is trying to cause panic, or which they say
Sure.
could possibly cause panic because you don't know if it's a weapon or what it is.
And fuck our system, man.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck the guy for sure, but also fuck our system. If he's really going to get charged with inciting.
To me, it's really
Christ.
funny that like if you do that at like a wrestling show, as a wrestler, the promoters encourage the wrestler to beat the shit out of you because they don't care if they get sued because it makes their wrestlers look more legit.
What?
Yeah.
More legit.
Like they're an actual tough guy. So like if a guy comes into the ring.
There's been some times where Triple H beat the shit.
Triple H is a prime example of that. He's beaten the shit out of at least 3 guys that I can remember.
Okay.
Like one guy attacked
Is there some
Stone
best
Cold
of footage on YouTube of this?
Oh, there's definitely
definitely.
footage.
Okay.
There's footage of him he was wrestling Stone Cold. They were supposed to be like mortal enemies, and some guy comes in the ring and attacks Stone Cold, and Triple H suplexes him and just starts fucking wailing on this dude.
And it turns out he had Down syndrome.
No, did he really?
I'm sure
He did not really.
That's the only, not the only, but I could only see somebody that, maybe wasn't all upstairs, charging a ring like that because your guy was getting the shit kicked out of him.
And then another
Holy
time,
fuck, man.
another time he was getting like insulted by Linda McMahon. She was like talking shit to him, and a fan came out and tried to attack her, and Triple H grabbed a hold of that guy and beat the living shit out of him too. And there was one other, but I can't remember that one so well. But yeah, he's beat the living fuck out of people.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that in any circumstance unless you know. Like I do enjoy though when the guys generally baseballs is one prime example. People don't usually give two fucks about it. So if they run on the field, they're usually able to escape and hop back out and then run out of the stadium.
Can the pitcher just beam him with the ball?
That would be cool.
That would be
Straight
hilarious.
to the noggin.
Just fucking kill him.
Just oh man, you imagine if someone had done that when Randy Johnson was pitching?
Just like he's just running, gets clocked in the head, just face plants.
But I
and
mean,
he's
that
dead.
would be a good advertisement for how good the pitcher is.
Yeah.
He killed a guy.
It's a moving target. He's still got hit at like 90 miles an hour by a ball.
Hit him with a curve.
Yeah.
Motherfucker was dead, man.
Wow.
That would be cool. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, don't go on the field.
Don't go on the field,
Yeah,
especially with pro athletes who are like 100 times bigger than you and made out of pure muscle.
Yeah, that's.
And
awesome.
I mean, they're trained to tackle people, and you're pissing them off. What do you think they're going to do?
Especially like they're whatever. I mean, more power to the guy. I hope he does sue, and I hope he does get a settlement, and I hope he does get the fucking.
I hope he sues, and I hope he loses, and he doesn't have a roof over his head.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
What was he protesting?
Yeah.
I thought I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
It was a pink smoke bomb, and maybe his.
He wanted the McRib to come back.
Now that is a noble cause.
He just has to wait like a month or something.
Yeah, just wait a month. Poor prices are down. They're pressing those things like they're going.
I would love it if McDonald's would like re-release some of their experimental foods or whatever that they've had in like the past that I've heard of like McPizzas and stuff. It's back for like 1 week only, so you can go and try and be like, no, this definitely sucks.
I think after the Szechuan sauce thing, McDonald's is like, fuck that. We'll run out of supplies and we'll have people acting like little bitches again.
And you know what's funny is I fucking love Rick and Morty for that. And maybe it was a plot by Big Coca-Cola to get it all put back out there.
Yep.
But I was excited when the Szechuan came back because I didn't remember. The thing I remembered from Mulan was the spicy, crispy chicken. It was like a McChicken, but it was spicy.
Okay.
And that's what I remembered from the Mulan promotion. But this, I didn't remember the Szechuan sauce at all. And then when I tried it, when it came back out, I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Oh, you weren't blown away.
No. It was hype, dude. All hype.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I will say this as well. They came out with the adult Happy Meals. Did you hear about this, Cole?
I've heard about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't look into it.
If you're a dumbass enough to order the adult Happy Meal, you can get a Big Mac meal for like $8 or something, maybe less if you have a code, $6.
So
Or
say you're
you
a
could
guy
be-
who doesn't go to McDonald's and doesn't know what a Big Mac meal consists of.
Big Mac meal consists of a Big Mac,
Say you're Cole. Yes,
Fries.
and a
and a
Coca-Cola.
Coke.
So it's a Big Mac combo, basically.
Yes, so you can get the Big Mac combo, but what they'll do is put it in a Happy Meal
Huge.
box.
It's not. No, it's not a Happy Meal box.
It's a bigger.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's like twice. Whatever. It's still a Big Mac and the fries from the Big Mac meal
In a box.
in a box, and they'll charge you $12 for that.
And you get
$12 for that?
You get a toy.
You get a toy.
Okay, so is it like a prescription of Cialis or?
That would be awesome. See, here's my thing.
They're just
a lot of
hoping
people
that-
are complaining about.
Okay, now tell me. Now, say you're a guy who doesn't go to McDonald's and doesn't know what an adult Happy Meal is. What the fuck is that?
I
comes
just
with a
told-
dildo.
Didn't I just tell you?
What's the difference between that and the Big Mac meal?
No,
Nothing.
You get a
It's
toy.
just
You
get a
literally
toy.
get a toy.
You pay $4 or more for it.
It comes
for-
in a big
and it
box.
comes
Oh,
in a
so the Big Mac meal is $8 and the adult Happy Meal is $12.
which is the same thing.
Okay.
It's just put in a Happy Meal, a bigger Happy Meal box, and you get a toy in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they're hoping that these adults you're paying the premium for the toy.
See, and
That's
I wanted Grimace.
all it is.
I went there because I wanted Grimace.
Okay.
I did not get Grimace, and I was fucking pissed.
Why did he go back to the counter and be like, "Can I trade the toy?"
They said, "Fuck you."
I used
So
to,
I
used to
heard-
do that as a kid all
I
the
heard
time.
people-
You're an adult, for God's sake. They said, you're an adult. You get what you get, and that was it.
And you're like,
So first of all, I had heard that people were upset over this, so I assume it's the price.
It might be the price, but it's also people. I think wanted to relive their childhood in a way, and
Sure.
they wanted a toy. Like remember those transforming McNugget toys?
Oh, okay.
I've got a
Something
box
like
full
that.
of them.
You know,
So the toy is just like a McDonald's character.
it is, but it's all fucked up.
Oh, okay. What do you
It's
mean?
not like a regular McDonald's character. It's just this big piece of plastic and all the cactus flea market or some shit.
That's what they're calling these boxes. I saw.
Yeah,
What
so-
was it? The Hamburglar, I think, had an extra set of
They
eyes or
all
something.
do. I mean, they're all these fucked up looking things, and I wanted Grimace, but I didn't get him. But I just thought it was stupid.
I think that they said, "No, you're an adult. You get what you get," is the worst thing to say in this
They didn't
country
s-
at this
they
point
did
in
not
time.
Say that to Taylor. He's full of shit.
Because it's telling someone you're an adult, you get what you get. They're gonna be like, "You're oppressing me. I'm gonna cancel you."
Or you either get canceled or a gun pulled on you.
People are
That's
such
kind
little
of
bitches.
That is kind of the world we live in. Like,
Yeah.
are you going to cancel me or pull a gun on me? Because I really don't give a fuck about either at this point. do what you got to do, man. But Cole, I'll give you my McDonald's toy if you give me a pat on the nuts.
I'll nut tap you.
That's
I'll give you.
you do it for free.
I said
you're gonna throw a toy on top of
I
it.
said
All
pat
right.
them.
Oh,
No, I told somebody the other day.
kitty
He's giving me a little bit of shit. So I go, dude. I go, keep this up. I'm gonna give you a nut tap. And then he's like laughing at me. He goes, it's called a nut slap. I'm like, it doesn't matter. The threat stands. Like I'm going to
slap is
smack
more
the
like
shit out of your nuts.
If you were to give me a nut slap, I would expect you to be below me, and you would have to.
Oh, like
A tap is like a little flick. You know,
a cool like slide into home base under your legs.
yeah,
High five.
I like that idea.
It'd be stylish too.
All right,
Hey, I watched a movie.
what'd you watch?
I sent a text to you to
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
It's called Brian and Charles.
Hulu.
It's on Peacock.
Ha.
Oh,
And I had seen a trailer for it a while back, a few months ago, and then I was looking through the list of movies. So, hey, Brian and Charles, you like What We Do in the Shadows.
Love it.
It's that style.
oh, like a
But
mockumentary.
yes.
Love
So
it.
it's a movie,
Love
and
it.
it's about this guy in Wales who's just like by himself, and he's a kind of an inventor. He's like, look, here's one of my inventions. It's an egg belt. And they're like, well, what is it? It's like, well, it's a belt, and you can keep your eggs in it. And it's like an egg holster. That's all it. That's his invention. And he's like, and here's my pine cone bag. It's like, it's just really a bag that I glued pine cones to it. It's very stylish. And that's his invention. And then came up with another one where it's like a bicycle with an industrial fan on the back and a big clock on there. And it had wings. And he's like, I'm going to take this bad boy up to 90 miles per hour. And I'm going to fly over the town. And then everyone can just look up and see what time it is. And then he just like crashes the thing and it's on fire. Anyway, he ends
Cock
up...
and Charles.
Brian and Charles.
Where'd you get cock?
Peacock.
Oh, that's
the peacock.
Yeah, he
the
said
peacock.
that.
It's on the peacock.
On the peacock.
Anyway, so he ends up like creating a robot that
His name Brian.
Charles.
Oh, Charles.
And it becomes like his best friend, and it's the stuff that they
sweet.
do. It is a sweet,
Is
emotional movie because it's a lonely guy who basically builds a friend.
Is it adult, or could the family watch it?
I'd say the whole family could watch it.
Well, your kid watches some pretty gnarly stuff, so I don't know.
He does.
So for a family that doesn't watch gnarly stuff, not that it matters.
Logan enjoyed it, and he's like, he recommends it as well. I'd say watch it. It's wholesome. It's fun. And it's definitely worth a watch.
All right, we got a food review.
I thought you did it. Taco Bell is good again, right?
Actually, well, we went out for brunch yesterday at the Blarney Stone, which has been kind of a... I'm actually kind of glad I bought their fucking bullshit save fee.
That's actually the one that actually kind of pays off.
Yeah, definitely.
You pay $10 for their card.
$20
for their card, and every time you go there,
it's 10% off or something.
10% off, and I don't go there often, but it's like the card. I bought the card like 7 years ago. I've gone there enough where it's paid itself off.
Yes.
Oh, did I pay for that? I thought I was just.
I got
maybe
a little.
I did pay. Right when they opened, I joined the Mug Club.
Well, you paid for it then.
I guess
So
I have a card. Wow.
Since I bought it, it seems like I go there more.
Yeah.
But I went there with Elijah and Nancy. We had our fill, and then we went to Carrie, the musical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it good? Because you were kind of on the fence on whether it would
Why
be
do you
good
say
or
oh
not.
really?
Oh, because I was interested in it.
Okay.
But I was also struggling to see what they were going to do with it.
I see.
You know, just like I know this. I've read the book. I've seen
familiar
the movies.
with the story. Yeah.
And
watch the reboot
to make it. Yeah, yes, I have to make it a musical. I was like, how are they gonna? What would they do? It turns it into a high cheese factor thing to me. Is that what happened?
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Okay, so
I'm still wondering what the fuck just happened. So this is not to diminish the production, not to diminish the actors.
This is at Dakota Stage.
Yeah, I solely place the blame of what I watched on the creators of whatever this bullshit was.
Well, what did you think was going to be going into it?
And here we go. So I've listened to a lot of 80s movie musicals. Okay? Heathers, Beetlejuice. I'm sure there's other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head. Those ones have some fucking bangers in them. If you listen to those,
what
you listen to
you
the
call
sound,
Beetlejuice
the musical,
a music? Oh, you're talking about an actual musical.
I'm talking about the musical.
Okay.
Beetlejuice the musical. Yeah, there are some bangers in there. Like you could okay, I can see where we're going with this. Oh, Addams Family. That was another one that they've done. There's a few in there that are pretty fucking good.
Did they use the Hammer song in the Addams Family one?
I don't think so.
Well, then they should have.
They do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live.
I'm looking forward to the Ninja Turtles musical myself. But anyway, I digress. So those ones have some fucking bangers in them.
Yeah.
They really do. And it's like, all right, I can get behind this. And there's a lot of fun and funniness and quirkiness in them. Enough to get you going. Enough to get you by. This, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Were they just singing what they were doing?
No,
Because...
I mean, it was like they had like the whole who was the Chris character that was a fucking asshole that kind of initiated the whole,
who invited her to prom or whatever.
Was he the John Travolta character?
Okay. Sure. No, Chris was the girl.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It was cool to see a few of my former actor friends and them get on stage because they fucking crush it, and they did. But yeah, the musical was just lost on me. I was just waiting for the blood scene. I'm like, what are they gonna do with this?
Well, that's why I was like, are they just like, I am
It's
now
just
gonna pull this rope and pig's blood will fall on her?
No,
Like, what were the songs about?
We could listen to some of them if you want, but like,
I don't want to.
I mean, it was that part of it was fine. Like them converting it into a musical made sense. Like that part of it made sense. But I mean, I don't know. It just was lost on me.
Okay,
and it's like this was finally.
He was talking about this after we recorded last week, and he was already expressing his reservations, saying like, "I like Carrie. I'm really looking forward to this, but not if it's not going to be good, and I don't see how they're going to convert this into a musical."
I mean, again, I'm not throwing shade at any of the local aspect of it.
Yeah,
but the person who wrote it for musical,
that guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I didn't understand how it would work, and it sounds like it didn't work.
Nah.
Okay.
They needed to do better. I would have rather seen a Shining musical. But, I guess you could say the same thing about Heathers. Like, how could you turn Heathers into a musical? Or how could you turn Beetlejuice into a musical? They did, and they're good.
Sure.
They're fine.
Yeah.
But
if you have, if there's no aspect of the actual musical part that was good or memorable, then it's pointless to have it as a musical.
Agreed.
Yeah.
No point.
Well, to be fair, like, the original story of Pocahontas wasn't, that was an actual story. Disney turned it into a cartoon musical. Same thing with
Hamilton.
Same thing with the Little Mermaid or Cinderella. Those were stories that those were stories before they were cartoons that were musicals.
Sinbad.
You know what I mean? Sinbad. Are you talking about Aladdin?
No, the comedian from the 1980s.
Okay, what about him?
The musical.
Oh,
I fucking hate you like all the time.
That's Simba in The Lion King.
You can't correct yourself on it.
I shouldn't.
But
No,
I mean,
you're supposed to let us fall for the trap.
if you're thinking about it, most of these like Disney cartoons that became musical cartoons,
Yeah.
they were just regular stories without music to them, right? They were good stories, but they had talented people behind them, and you can use fun music to make it better. Whereas Carrie is not a fun story.
No,
not at all.
Hey, that's a good point. There you go. I think you hit the nail on the head.
It's
because if you look at the Addams Family, a fun story.
Carrie is a tragedy. The movie is a tragedy. Whereas all those other stories, if you stop at a certain point, they're comedies.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. There you go. I think that's a good point.
I know the original like Snow White or Cinderella, Prince Charming turns out to be a dick, but if you stop the story in a certain spot
before he date rapes her.
Yeah, it's a comedy. Before that.
Yeah, with the little when all the dwarves were fucking her. Yeah, that part was funny.
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious.
Dwarves are hilarious.
Yeah, they are. Good people. But I'm trying to think.
Now I got a dwarf. Now I have a little person gangbang in my head.
You have that porn at home.
if that did not happen, behind the scenes, I mean, I know Disney. I know it's not a Disney original story, but
Carrie, a Disney original story.
If the dwarves were not fucking Snow White in that story behind the scenes at some point, that was a huge missed opportunity.
Snow White and the 7 diseases.
Sleepy, grumpy, chlamydia.
Crabby.
Dopey had crabs for sure. No, wait, Dopey was bald. He did not have crabs. He had alopecia.
No. He had syphilis. That'll cause you to lose your hair.
Sure, but he definitely didn't have crabs, is all I'm saying.
I heard on the topic of crabs, I heard an interesting news story recently.
Ooh.
Red Lobster.
And it was in regards because waxing has become so popular.
We've extinct them?
They are on the endangered list. The crab lice is on a list of endangered, which is good.
Endangered species. We got to save them.
Well, you've got plenty of hair, Cole.
No. We'll just get a really hairy hobo.
We gotta get PETA to start a donation thing.
No.
A pledge drive.
Save the crabs.
Save the crabs. We're gonna get a really hairy homeless guy. We're gonna throw him in the Cleveland Zoo. We're gonna throw a kid into the enclosure, and then we're gonna shoot the homeless Harambe.
Oh my God.
Homeless Harambe.
Yeah. And there you go, Cole. We've just titled this episode.
Interesting.
Boom.
Homeless Hobo Harambe.
That's the best alliteration I've heard all week. So anyway, for this edition of Comic Can Coozie, I'm Cole.
Fuck you. I'm Taylor.
I'm Adam still.
Oh, shit.